Attention passionate Kansas City CHIFS fans, latest news, something big is happening in the AFC West and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Kansas City Chiefs' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Kansas City Chiefs fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Kansas City CHIFS FANS. Let's get to the news now, folks. If you've been following the Chiefs over the past few seasons, you know that their journey has been nothing short of extraordinary. From Patrick Mahomes' magic on the field to their relentless pursuit of Super Bowl glory, the Chiefs have established themselves as one of the premier franchises in the NFL. But as we all saw last season, even the most talented teams have their weaknesses, and that's exactly what's fueling their offseason moves. The Super Bowl loss left a bitter taste in their mouths, and now they're looking to come back even stronger, even more focused, and definitely more prepared. One of the key areas they're targeting for improvement is their secondary, the defensive backfield, that part of the team responsible for stopping the pass, covering receivers, and creating those game-changing turnovers. Last season, the Chiefs struggled a little in this department. They ranked in the bottom half of the league in passing yards allowed per game, giving up just under 220 yards on average. That's not terrible, but in a league that's increasingly pass-heavy, it's a vulnerability that can be exploited, especially in the playoffs where every yard counts and defenses tighten up. So naturally, the team's front office is eyeing the free agent market, looking for veteran help that can step right in and make an impact. And one name that's been gaining a lot of buzz recently is Justin Simmons, the safety who became quite the thorn in the side of Patrick Mahomes when he was with the Denver Broncos. Simmons, who's still a free agent, is a player with a proven track record, a guy who can read the game well, make tackles, and most importantly, create turnovers. He's a ball hawk, a playmaker, and someone who could really help solidify the Chiefs' secondary. Now, if you think about it, Simmons finished the 2024 season with 62 total tackles, with 2 of those being for a loss, which shows his ability to be aggressive and disrupt plays. He also grabbed 2 interceptions and defended 7 passes. Those numbers might not jump off the page for some, but when you consider his experience, leadership, and knack for coming up big in clutch moments, it's easy to see why he's a desirable target for a team like the Chiefs. Especially considering that Kansas City lost a key safety this offseason, Justin Reid, who signed with the New Orleans Saints. Losing Reid was a blow, no doubt, because he was a player with a lot of potential and leadership qualities, but it also opens up an opportunity for someone like Simmons to step in and fill that void. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Kansas City Chiefs news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. Now, if we think about the Chiefs' defense overall, it's clear that their strength has traditionally been their offense, led by the genius of Patrick Mahomes. But championship teams are built from the ground up and defense wins championships. Kansas City's defense has been solid, but to take that next step and reclaim a Super Bowl title, they need to tighten up against the pass. Bringing in a veteran safety like Justin Simmons could do just that. Not only does he bring experience and leadership, but he also adds a level of stability and playmaking ability that could be crucial in tight playoff games. And let's not forget the context of their division. The AFC West has become increasingly competitive with teams like the Los Angeles Chargers, the Las Vegas Raiders, and even the Denver Broncos, who are rebuilding, all vying for supremacy. The Chargers, with Justin Herbert at quarterback and a talented roster, are always dangerous. The Raiders are trying to rebuild and find their footing under new coaching. The Broncos, after trading away some key players and signing new ones, are looking to bounce back. So the Chiefs know that to stay ahead, they need to continually improve, especially on defense. From a strategic standpoint, signing a player like Simmons makes a lot of sense. He's not just a stopgap, he's a proven performer, a veteran who can mentor younger players in the secondary. His presence could elevate the entire unit, helping to develop the younger safeties and cornerbacks on the roster. Plus, his familiarity with the NFC South last season means he's been tested against some of the best passing attacks in the league, giving the Chiefs a player with a broad experience of different offensive schemes. Looking at the bigger picture, this move would also send a message across the league that the Chiefs are serious about repeating as champions. They're willing to invest in their defense, to bring in proven talent, and to leave no stone unturned in their pursuit of excellence. And that's exactly what Chiefs fans want to see, an organization that's always looking to improve, always hungry for another ring, and always ready to adapt to the evolving NFL landscape. Of course, there are questions. Will Simmons be interested in leaving a situation where he was comfortable? Will Kansas City be willing to pay what it takes for a veteran safety of his caliber? And how quickly can he integrate into their defensive scheme? These are valid points, but given the Chiefs' recent history and their aggressive approach in free agency, it's not out of the realm of possibility. The Chiefs have shown time and again that they're not afraid to make bold moves when it counts, and adding a player like Simmons could be one of those moves that pays dividends in the long run. Furthermore, considering the recent trends in NFL defenses, the emphasis on versatile safeties who can play both in coverage and in run support is more prominent than ever. Simmons fits that mold perfectly. His ability to cover tight ends, help in deep zones, and come up to stop the run makes him a hybrid safety, something that can give the Chiefs a lot of flexibility on defense. Plus, his leadership qualities could be invaluable in the locker room, especially with the pressure mounting to reclaim their spot at the top. And speaking of the current season, the Chiefs are entering with high expectations. Mahomes is still at the peak of his powers, and the team has a wealth of talent on offense. But as we all know, the NFL is a league where depth and versatility often determine the champions. If Kansas City can shore up their secondary, especially with someone like Simmons, they could become even more formidable. Their pass rush remains one of the best in the league, but the secondary's ability to complement that rush and prevent big plays can be the difference maker in close games. The upcoming season is shaping up to be a fascinating one for the Chiefs. With the AFC West getting tougher, the division is no longer a guaranteed run to the playoffs, but that challenge could serve to make Kansas City even more resilient. They've shown an incredible ability to adapt, to find talent, and to outsmart their opponents. Adding a veteran safety like Simmons would not only bolster their defense but also send a message to the entire league that the Chiefs are still a team to beat. In terms of statistics and recent history, the Chiefs have always been a team that maximizes their offensive talents. But in recent years, their defense has improved significantly, especially under coordinator Steve Spagnuolo. Still, there's always room for improvement, and veteran leadership at safety is a smart move to stabilize the back end. Simmons, with his experience, could be the missing piece to help Kansas City tighten up their pass defense, especially in those critical late-game situations where every yard and every second counts. Looking even further into the history of the franchise, the Chiefs have always valued players who bring leadership and a winning mentality. Think about players like Derek Thomas, Tony Gonzalez, and more recently Tyreek Hill. These players weren't just talented, they set the tone for the team's culture. Simmons, with his professionalism and playmaking ability, fits right into that mold. His inclusion would reinforce the team's attitude of relentless pursuit of excellence. And it's worth noting that the Chiefs' front office has been very proactive in this offseason, making moves that show they're not resting on their laurels. They understand that maintaining success requires continual investment and strategic planning. The signing of key players, the drafting of young talent, and the potential addition of a seasoned veteran like Simmons all point to a team that's serious about defending their crown and going for another Super Bowl appearance. In the broader NFL landscape, the AFC is stacked this year. The Bills, the Bengals, the Jets, they all have something to say about who will represent the conference in the Super Bowl. But Kansas City, with Mahomes at the helm and a defense that's looking to tighten up, has a real shot if they execute their plan well. Adding a player like Simmons could be the move that pushes them over the edge, especially if he can replicate the success he had with the Broncos and become a cornerstone of their secondary once again. Considering the team's recent draft picks and offseason acquisitions, the Chiefs are clearly focused on building a balanced squad. Their offense remains elite, with Mahomes, Kelsey, and the emerging young talent on the roster. But for their championship ambitions to be fully realized, their defense needs to be just as formidable. And that's why this potential signing is such a big deal. It's the kind of move that can shift the tide in close games, give the team more confidence, and ultimately increase their chances of adding another Lombardi trophy to their collection. So Chiefs fans, keep your eyes peeled because this offseason could be one of the most impactful in recent memory. The team is not only looking to reload, but also to redefine itself as a complete championship contender. Whether Simmons becomes a Chief or not, it's clear that the organization's mindset is focused, strategic, and ambitious. They're not just content with past success, they want future success, and they're willing to do what it takes to make that happen. And now, Kansas City Chiefs fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential move? Do you think Justin Simmons is the missing piece for the secondary, or do you believe the team should explore other options? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Kansas City Chiefs. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Kansas City Chiefs news. We're in this journey together, and I can't wait to see what this offseason has in store for our beloved team. Let's keep the passion alive, and as always, go Chiefs.